Hi guys, welcome to Charlie Johnson's YouTube channel. Just want to talk about my top 5 tips for gaining strength. So in terms of the importance of gaining strength, it's vital if you're looking to build muscle and also vital if you're looking to get leaner. So getting stronger will help you achieve either of those goals. Tip number 1, if you're looking to gain strength, in particular if you're looking in terms of for building muscle, is gaining weight. Mass moves mass. So if you increase your body weight up, you'll have more leverage. It'll help you push more weight in terms of benching, in terms of deadlifts, in terms of your squats. It'll improve everything from that point of view. A good way to do this if you're struggling to gain weight, and personally not really something I've had an issue with because fortunately I'm very greedy and like eating, so that's never been a problem. But it's to really push the intra-workout carbohydrates and the food around training. So if you're struggling to put on weight, push carbohydrates into trainings. Have maybe something like cyclic dextrin, a really simple carbohydrate. Drink it in sort of water when training with amino acids. After training, have lots of carbohydrates. Again, if you're struggling to get calories in, go for higher fat quality food the rest of the day as well. So you've got to remember 9 calories per gram of fat. This is a lot more than protein. Carbohydrates is only 4 calories per gram. So that way you will be able to push your calories much higher, which will help you get the mass and the weight on you want, to then get stronger and then obviously achieve the lift you want to hit. My next point, which is quite counterintuitive for point number 2, is actually take more rest days. A lot of people overtrain massively. A lot of the strongest people around train a lot less than you would need to be honest with you. If you're overtraining, your nervous system's going to get battered. If you're training at really heavy weights all the time, your nervous system's going to get destroyed, your joints can get destroyed. I would always recommend have like a deload rest week every 8 to 10 weeks, just to give your body a bit of a break. And then when you come back into training, you'll be much stronger. So that way, it will help you keep progressing lifts, keep getting stronger and stronger. So that would be my next point for point number 2. Point number 3 is something I've taken on board massively in the last year, and that's working on mobility and flexibility. So in terms of ways to sort of incorporate this into a routine, I'm a big fan of getting sports massage. So ideally if I could, I'd get one every week, but I try and get one probably every 2 weeks or so. So that massively helps to sort of release muscle fibers. If you think muscle fibers are like a bag of spaghetti, and as you train they become knotted and twisted, sports massage will help straighten those out so they actually fire properly and the muscles will be functioning as they should really. Another good way to do this, in terms of if you don't want to pay for sports massage, handy prop. These are like lacrosse balls, so they're really good for doing your own sort of self-muscular release. So there's plenty of videos on YouTube to check those out. Very good for glutes, like rotator cuff injuries and your sort of shoulder blades around your scapula. That's something I use these for an awful lot. And also foam rollers. So these are very good, particularly lower body. I use them a lot on my lower back, and also like my adductors on the inside of my legs. I've been having some sort of knee tightness, and a lot of that has been down to my adductors being really tight. So since I've started foam rolling those more, that's made a big difference. In addition to the foam rolling, I would also recommend to do some form of stretching. So I do a lot of weighted stretches whilst training. So at the end of training every muscle group, I'll do some sort of form of weighted stretch with a load, whether it be hanging from a bar with a plate, to stretch my back out as an example, or I do like a lying fly, just to try and stretch out my chest. Keeping mobility and the muscle sort of stretched out whilst training will help get blood into the muscle, help get nutrients in there, help it recover, and also prevent injury. If you look at the best bodybuilders in the world, they're all very mobile and can actually move and use their bodies properly. There's nothing worse when you see big guys and they walk around like this and they can't move properly. So that would be my point for tip number 3. Tip number 4, I would recommend this highly. I started doing this in October last year, and when you look back then you're astounded with the results you make. So start logbooking your lifts. So write down everything you're doing every session, and that way you know, okay, I came and went in and did, say for example, I did bent over rows yesterday. The session before I did 140 for 6. Now I did 140 for 10 yesterday. I'm definitely improving and getting stronger and also building the muscle I'm looking to build. In coinciding with logbooking, I'd also highly recommend progressive overload training. So again, constantly pushing to try and get stronger, constantly pushing your body to adapt. When you're dieting as well, the advantage of this is if you're logbooking, it will also guarantee that you're trying to protect your muscle more and not sort of pushing out and dropping the weights. you've got to remember what built that muscle initially was the heavy training. So if you start dropping off the weights massively, the muscle tissue will drop off as well. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5 would be something I absolutely love, focusing on the big compound lifts. So anyone who follows me on Instagram knows I love a deadlift. So focus on the big deadlifts, squats, and the big pressing movement. So I wouldn't just focus on deadlifts. On every exercise, there's different variation you can do. So for deadlifts, I would do a normal deadlift, a rack pull, and also a deficit deadlift. So a rack pull is where the bar is slightly higher, so it's not actually on the floor, so you do it out of a rack. So I would do it just below the knee. You can use more weight, and that strengthens the top part of the movement. A deficit deadlift is like the other end of the spectrum, so you're working initially on exaggerating the bottom part of the movement. So you'd stand on a weight plate and do a deadlift from there, so you're really driving more through your feet, and then obviously a conventional deadlift. You're the same with different exercises such as squats. You can do other things, you can do other bits and pieces such as pause squats, you can do safety bar squats, and you can do front squats. So those would be different squats you can do, so different stances, bits and pieces. Same with benching, you can do incline bench, flat bench, decline bench, all different variations. Keep getting stronger on all of them, and that will help you push your lift to where you want to get. So those are my top 5 tips for getting stronger. Any questions, drop a message, comment below. Boom. Fucking hats!